What's the problem with AI sampling? Specifically, if you're using AI platforms, Suno, UDIO, Eureka, disclosure of whether you're using an AI sample in your song. These platforms end up tagging your song and being like, this was made with AI. Do you care about that? It's what's coming, and it's going to happen really fast. So here's what you need to do. This is for you music producers, music makers. If you are creating music and you are sampling, either you are making beats and adding samples into it, this goes so far. I need to cover the basics in this, but also get into specifically AI. Hi, I'm an attorney and this is what I do all day long. So you're creating loops, you're sampling, you're chopping, and this is not cover songs. I want to specify this. We're not talking about doing cover songs. I have a different video for that, okay? Sampling is specifically taking something from a pre-recorded recording, right? Someone else's song, for example. And specifically, if you're using AI platforms, Suno, UDIO, Eureka, please make sure you watch this specifically as it pertains to these platforms, because I'm going to touch on something I stumbled across today that made me panic. Now, before we jump into the video, I have a free guide to AI music. This is a download, and it's my summary of what you need to know in regards to your ownership of the final thing that you create. If you are using AI samples in your music, the final recorded version of your song, can you copyright it? Do you own it? I have everything summarized in that, so please go and download it right away. Now let's jump into it. So what's sampling? Sampling, of course, using something like, let's say, the vocal piece, the guitar riff, right? Something from someone else's song. And sometimes it can be the entire instrumental, right? We see that all the time where someone licenses the beat for a popular song, they redo the vocals, they re-release it, they've pitched the instrumental. So that's sampling, of course. And, it's foundational, obviously, with like hip hop and EDM and experimental music genres. Okay, so I understand that. That's why I want to talk about this, because you guys are doing this in your creation process and you're getting hung up and running into legal problems. So I want to give you actual solutions in today's video. That sounds good. Like this video, and let's go. So why do you need to care about this? You need to care about this for two reasons. One is the ownership piece, because you're not doing this to fail. You're doing this because you want to have something become very successful. And when it does, if there's a problem with how you created it, that's where it's going to be a world of hurt financially, legally. Okay, so we care about this for the ownership piece, and we care about this for the financial piece, and we care about this because of copyright. I don't want you guys to get into these situations of copyright infringement because maybe the sample you used wasn't cleared, or the way that it originated ended up resulting in someone filing a takedown of your song. Okay, so there's ownership right issues. As far as where are my producers getting their samples from, we talk about commercial sample packs, we talk about splice platforms where you are licensing the sounds. And so specifically, even as it relates to Splice, I've done reviews of their terms of service on this channel, so you can check that out. What we're focusing on today, though, are AI platforms. So what we want to do is just say for generative AI platforms, the most popular ones, of course, Suno, UDIO, Eureka. I'm sure you guys are using a lot of different platforms. Please drop a comment down below. So what's the problem with AI sampling? Well, I like to call it, we're training in a black box. So just meaning generative AI platforms, they're getting sued right now. And they're getting sued because they're allegedly training their AI on music that they didn't get permission to use. And the reason why we care about this is because in the final output, in your sample that you're going to incorporate, let's say, into your original song otherwise, may have something that will get flagged, right? Because of content ID, for example, but it'll get flagged. It might be because the AI generated sample is too similar. And so therefore now you're dealing with an infringement issue, or your song just gets taken down off of, let's say, YouTube because of content ID. If you're needing legal help with your career, your business, we got you covered. Feel free to reach out to my law firm. I'm honored to say we have over 100 5-star Google reviews. We offer free case evaluations, which just means that you can give us a call, you can email us, no commitment. We'll just see how we can help. We look forward to hearing from you. So where I want to start with this is terms of service on just your usage. So one of the ones that kind of popped up in my brain, because we covered Eureka, and this was so many weeks ago, and at the time it was Eureka beta version. And so when we went and actually looked at their contract at the time, it was like, you cannot use any of the outputs that you create on this platform for commercial purposes. right? So just meaning you can't put it in your songs and then put it on SoundCloud or have any kind of financial or positive gain from it otherwise. So I went back because I noticed that Eureka doesn't say beta version on it anymore. So I go, okay, they must have updated their terms of service. And so this is literally what you guys need to do for the platform you're using. This is the hack, so to speak. You typically can find the link in Google, literally put in the name of the company you're using, plus the words terms of service, or just go to the website. And usually at the very bottom of the website is where there's that terms of service button that hyperlinks to their contract. So in this case, we went to the Eureka terms of service page. And so what you do then is you can do a search of a certain word. So in this case, we're searching for the word commercial because we're like, can we use the sample in this case for commercial purposes? So we just go through and they go, okay, so it goes license. Subject to your ongoing compliance with this agreement, Eureka hereby grants you a revocable, non-exclusive. So guys, revocable means they can take back the right. So it's revocable, non-exclusive, non-transferable, non-sublicensable, worldwide right and license to access the service solely for your personal non-commercial use. For your personal non-commercial use means you can't use anything you generate on this platform in your music. Now, literally, I need Eureka to see this video. Okay, feel free to tag this company so they can respond to this because I don't know if this is just their legal department did not update this. I really hope this isn't the case that they're like, hey, come use our service, but you can't use it in your music. So I'm hoping we can alert them to this and they can fix it. And in fact, if this is what they intend, they can address that as well. But that's what you need to do, regardless of what platform you're using, is just to go and make sure that it's okay that you're using it in your music. And then we need to actually read through and see, well, do you own the version of the sample that is in your music? Because guys, a part of what we do is we not only license out your music, we sell your music, we stream your music, but quite literally we do acquisitions. So meaning if you have like a hit song, a big record label will come along and they'll be like, oh my gosh, you had the big viral sensation. We want to buy that one song from you. And they do all kinds of things. They'll put one of their label artists on it, they'll re-release it, maybe it will be with you or not. But in any case, in that whole process, everything comes to a dead halt if you don't have the proper clearance for the samples that are in your music, or if the entire thing, of course, is made with AI, that's a problem too. So that's why we just start with, can you commercially use the sample? That's number one. But then number two, what does the terms say as far as do you own the final thing, if you have a paid subscription versus if you have an unpaid subscription? Okay. Now, here's the other thing. Besides the ownership issue, there's this new thing that's happening, which has to do with disclosure of whether you're using an AI sample in your song. So there are platforms like, for example, Deezer. Deezer now will tag your songs if it's AI generated. And so I go, well, if you're using these platforms, at least in part, right, to generate the loop and then you're chopping up the loop and you're incorporating it, is your stuff going to end up getting tagged or flagged? So that's one. But now there's this new thing literally that came out today. So this company, Audible Magic, is also doing content fingerprinting. It's like Content ID. I don't know. I like to call it Shazam on steroids. So what they're doing is with UDIO specifically, they're gonna be fingerprinting your music, your samples, what you make on their platform in the audio file so that it's gonna actually go into this database right away, regardless of what you do with it. If you end up incorporating into your song, if you end up releasing it, but they're going to do this digital fingerprinting thing. So there's all kinds of concerns that are coming up with that for you guys, because I'm like, what happens if Spotify, which we all use right now, if Spotify follows in tow with Deezer and they start tagging your music, which maybe your stuff is all original and that's kind of how you've branded yourself. You're not like an AI artist, right? I need you guys to just consider this because it's what's coming and it's going to happen really fast this year. So I just need you to keep that in mind, that this is literally happening. And so if you're using these AI platforms more as an assist, it's not to create your entire beat, it's to use it for sampling purposes. It's not just the thing that it spit out, are you going to get sued by Universal for that because Universal's like, oh, it was originated from our songs. Setting that aside, what I'm saying is please keep in mind whether you care about that or not, on whether if these platforms end up tagging your song and being like, this was made with AI, do you care about that? So please keep that in mind. So here's what you need to do. If I'm sitting down with you right now, we're having a consultation, you're like, KRYSTLE, I'm a producer, and this, I already do this. Cool. Let's walk through it. So please do still consider, obviously, where you're sourcing your samples, because even if it's not AI and you're like, I'm getting it from Splice, I'm licensing it, or I'm using these royalty free libraries, just be sure. Where are you getting it from? What does it say that you can do with it? Okay, please protect yourself. And then also, to the extent you are using AI, consider feeding your original source material, because here's the thing. On some of these platforms, they're like, hey, just give me like a link from a YouTube channel and then I'll create a new loop, right? And you're like, I need an instrumental of something. Consider the source, because that's part of the problem of what's happening. If you're sourcing someone else's song, the final thing may be based on that song. So for me as the lawyer, if you call me up and you're like, Crystal, there's a lawsuit now, what we're going to do is subpoena. We're going to actually get documents. We're going to show how you created the song and that kind of thing. And it probably is not going to be too helpful if the input was like, I need a Drake type beat. I need Beyonce's vocals. And you use the AI platform in this generation. So keep that in mind. And then finally, just try to keep records as much as possible in your creation process, because the second one of you gets a claim that you have violated whatever record labels, copyrights, and you're getting sued because you use one of these platforms. Because here's the thing, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and I get that. But in protecting yourself, please just make sure you actually document your process in how you made it, what you used, okay, and just be informed every step of the way. And heaven forbid you run into a problem and you need help, you can reach out to my law offices, Delgado Entertainment Law. I'm always here to help. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.